Hi guys, so today I'm going to be testing out the new e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So last year in like February or March, I'm not like completely sure when it exactly came out, but e.l.f. launched their 16-hour camo concealer, the like matte version. So now they're launching a hydrating version of that concealer. So this new hydrating camo concealer is pretty much the same as their original. The original is just matte and this new formula is hydrating, but it still claims to be like full coverage and 16-hour wear and all that. So the claims and everything are pretty much the same. It's just the new one is hydrating and the original is a matte formula, and they both retail for $6. So I really love the original camo concealer, but since it is matte, I can't really wear it in like the fall and winter months because it is just ever so slightly too dry for my under eyes. But I love this concealer in the summertime. So now that they have a new hydrating one, I'm really excited to test it out because like I said, the matte one, sometimes it can be a little drying on my under eyes because my under eyes are very dry, but like I said, in the summertime I really love this matte one, so I'm really excited to try the new one. So I found the new concealer at Target, but I know it just launched on the Ulta website, but like I said, I found mine in store at Target. They didn't have like a huge display with like a ton of colors, but I did get two shades because it was really hard to tell which one might match the best because their lighting is like super bright and it was really hard to tell. So I got the shades Fair Warm and Light Peach. Now I just like first impressions, I think these shades are a little different than the original because in the original formula I have the shades Light Sand and Medium Peach, and both of these shades are a little too bright for my under eye. Medium Peach is definitely better than Light Sand. Light Sand, even though it doesn't look like it, but when I apply it, it's just a little too yellow and too bright for my under eyes and for my liking. So is Medium Peach. It's a little deeper than Light Sand, but it is sometimes still like too bright for my liking. I don't like a super bright under eye. With these new ones, the shade Light Peach looks darker than Medium Peach in the original, so I think the shades in the new formula is kind of off. So I'm hoping at least one of these will match. So I already have my foundation on. I'm just wearing my NYX Born to Glow foundation. This is like my holy grail favorite foundation. So that's all I have on. I don't have anything else on, just foundation. So this is what the packaging looks like of the new one. It has a white cap instead of the black cap on the matte original formula. And it still has that same big doe foot applicator as well as the original. So I think I'm gonna use the shade Light Peach instead of Fair Warm because even though they do look very similar, this one is Fair Warm and this one is Light Peach. I just feel like Fair Warm might be a little too yellow for my under eyes. I try to go for more like neutral tones, and the shade Light Peach looks like it might be a little bit darker and maybe not so yellow. So I'm gonna try the shade Light Peach. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. I don't like to put a bunch of concealer on my under eyes because the less product, the better it looks on my skin. So I'm only going to put probably a little right there and then a little bit out here. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge to blend that out. It blends out really easy and quick, and yeah, I definitely think the Light Peach shade was a nice choice. I just feel like the shade Fair Warm that I also chose would have been a little too yellow. I think this is a really good match. So yeah, this is the concealer on this side and then no concealer on this side. As you can see, it is pretty medium high, like full coverage. I do have very, very dark under eye circles, so if your under eyes aren't as dark as mine, then it'll definitely be more full coverage. And I think less product with this is definitely better because a little bit does go a long way. As you can see, I only used a little bit. Like I said, this is the side with the concealer in the shade Light Peach. And then this side has no concealer, so I think it looks really good. It didn't cling to any dry patches or anything. It looks really smooth. And like I've said before in videos like this, I do have wrinkles and creases on my under eyes, so every concealer is going to crease on me. I just make sure I blend out the creases before I set it with powder. The creasing towards the end of the day never really bothers me. I know it bothers some people, but yeah, I think it looks really nice. It looks really smooth and hydrating. So I'm just going to apply it to my other eye, and then I'm going to set it with powder. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like all set. I use the Maybelline Loose Fit Me powder. This is the powder that I use all the time. It's my favorite powder to use for my under eyes and my whole face. So yeah, this is what the concealer looks like when it's set. It still looks really good. It looks smooth. I also want to say, I forgot to mention after I applied it, it feels super lightweight, like it's a really lightweight concealer, so that's really nice. And it still looks really smooth. It's not clinging to any dry patches or anything still. And yeah, I think it just looks really good. My under eyes don't feel dry or anything. Sometimes when I use their original, like I said, it can be a little too drying sometimes, then sometimes I can like feel my under eyes are a little too dry, but this feels really nice and lightweight and hydrating. So yeah, I really, really like it so far. I won't be able to do a wear test because it is already super late in the day. It's currently 12:30. So yeah, I won't be doing a wear test, but I will leave in the description or the comments on how this wears throughout the day. I'm gonna be testing it probably for the next few days or so, so I'll either leave a comment later on tonight, like at the end of the day, or in a few days, so I can get more of an opinion on this concealer. So I'm just gonna go finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will be right back. Okay, so the rest of my makeup is on. I wanted to just go for something more light and natural just because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be doing some cleaning around the house. But yeah, this is what the concealer looks like with the rest of my makeup on. It still looks really good. If you're curious, I'm wearing the ColourPop Going Coconuts eyeshadow palette on my eyes today, and then I'm also wearing the ColourPop Just a Tint lip crayon that came in the Going Coconuts collection in the shade Shaka. And then for my bronzer, I'm wearing the Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer. I got this little sample size in one of my recent Ipsies. For my blush, I'm wearing the Ciate London illuminating blush in the shade Dusk. I got this in my December BoxyCharm, I think. It was one of the most recent ones. I've been loving this blush. And then for my highlight, I'm wearing the Balm Mary Luminizer. And then for my lashes, I'm wearing the Baby Wispy lashes from this giant set from Ardell. So yeah, like I said, it still looks really, really good. I think the concealer looks really nice and smooth. Now it does obviously look more matte because I did set it with powder, but it definitely is way more hydrating than their matte one. I can just tell because my under eyes don't look dry and they feel really nice, and it's a really lightweight high coverage concealer, so I really, really like it so far. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Like I said before, all concealer creases on me, so it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people, but I mean, it's not really that big of a deal to me. So I really like this new e.l.f. hydrating concealer so far. I will put in the comments or the description on how it wears, and I'm really excited to keep testing it and using it because I really like it so far. Like I said, I do like their other one. It just can be a little too drying sometimes, so I'm really happy that they came out with a hydrating version. So yeah, I hope you guys like this first impressions and demo. I'm sorry I couldn't do a wear test. I just didn't get up early enough. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.